because we are out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, out in the middle of nowhere, nowhere. Decided to do some camping, and that'll be a new video coming out later this week. I said I wanted to do this so I could go fly fishing, and we're at this high mountain lake. It's new to me. I've never fished here before. I know they planted it with trout. There's even some trout in here, and we'll we'll see. I'm not trusting the video quality. We're on half bar LTE, whatever that means. It sounds like a sports drink by your favorite local podcaster. But we didn't bring the mic, so we're gonna move you close. But I'll show you guys the pond. That is the pond, and we're at a pretty good elevation. We went from sea level to about 1,500 feet in a matter of moments. Right now, I just have the Zebco out with a bobber and a worm, and I'm hoping to see what's in there. I know there's planted trout and various other things. It must be terrible. If I could get one of my locals in there, maybe Pickles. Pickles, where you at, bro? There's actually two lakes here. One of them being Western Lake and the other being Snag. And I thought I was in Snag, but it turns out I'm at a little pond called Western. And I know they put planted trout in here. And there's a couple trophy fish, which just means they have like an orange tag. Seeing zero signs of life on the pond. Most of my viewers are on the East Coast. I might switch my live time. I might start going live at 6, especially as the weather changes. Man, I'm looking a little rough. But it was a hell of a drive to get out here. It was, well, 10 miles on a logging road feels like 100 if you're only going 10 miles an hour, right? Let's move you guys right there. Now you can see my bobber. Can't see it doing anything. Top secret information. I've already been fishing for like, oh, I don't know, 45 minutes, and I've had all of one bite. But it feels good to check out a new pond, new environment, something different, you know? I get kind of complacent at the backyard pond. Well, that's not going to work. Trying to find a level spot for you guys to hang out. That's a little better. And we're going ultra sport mode, which means just a hook, no bait. Because after all, we're true anglers. Hey, if you're up in here and you can hear me and the video isn't terrible, I'd appreciate a comment. I'm out in the middle of nowhere, literally the middle of nowhere. Washington State mountain range, coastal mountain range. At an elevation of about 1,500 feet. And I'm just fishing this new pond. If you're new to the channel, we're live every day at 7 o'clock trying to fish. Normally it's in the backyard pond, but occasionally, if I can get any kind of cell phone signal, I will always try to go live. The only problem I know is hear that big off spray? That's what's making all that noise. I think we missed a bite. Ooh, I think we'll try that again. Problem with how I'm fishing right now is well, one, that worm is just a free meal waiting for something to come along and grab it. And two, my leader is longer than my pole. This is brand new water to me. I ain't never fished here before. I'm just trying to figure it out and get it dialed in. Seeing signs of life just kind of over yonder there, about where I threw my bobber. I can't tell if it's bugs being bugs. I mean, the water is crystal clear, which isn't great, which I'm not accustomed to at all, but hey, shout out to you if you're just getting here. Thanks for checking us out. Up in a high mountain lake. I heard that they put trout in here. My plan is to fly fish in the morning, but right now we're just kind of throwing a worm around, figuring out different spots, hoping for the best. Hey, shout out to the two people up in here. Goodbye to the two people up in here. The video must be trash, is the only thing I can think of. Just trying to figure it out. Never fished this pond before. Rumors of trout. Bounty trout out there. Got the worm. Ultralight kind of setup. Brought my fly rod, because that's the whole point of the trip. But I think I'm going to wait until the morning. Might switch it out. I got some power bait in my pocket. I know there's trout, but I was hoping there'd be. I think they're over there though. I mean, that's they're breaking just off camera. That's actually the first signs of life I've seen on the pond since I've been here. I don't know how deep this is. I think I might be dragging on the bottom, which I'm not opposed to. Hard to say. You know, it's always interesting fishing a new pond because you never really know what to expect. This is just a pond in southwest Washington in the Willapa Hills. And it was a heck of a drive up here. It's all logging roads or Forest Service roads, whatever you want to call them. But it was free camping. I was tired of paying a crap ton to go pretend to be homeless. I'm like, I love pretending to be homeless, especially in the woods, but I don't like paying $200 a week to do it, you know? There's a sunken log right out where that bobber is. I can see it. The water, like I said, the water quality is really clear. Test it. You know, I'd say it's probably around 68, maybe 70 degrees. We're up in the hills and about a mile now, about 20, 30 miles from the coast now. But we still get a lot of that coastal weather. And, you know, bobber fishing is slow, but I enjoy it. I'm still just trying to kind of figure out the pond. Brought the fly rod. That's tomorrow's main goal. Got my tent set up. No, man. And I've been at it for a while. This is a new pond to me, new lake, never been here before. And just trying to figure it out. I know they planted some trout up in here, so that's kind of the target species. But you know, with anything, there's a little bit of a learning curve. But like I said, I've never fished this particular pond or lake. I know they planted some cutthroat and rainbow in here, and I like one. I'd like a couple actually. Got my tent set up that way, and it's pretty great. I'm the only one out here, probably within, I don't know, at least 20, 30 miles. I think I'm on the bottom. I don't know how deep the pond is, so I'm hesitant. We'll see. We'll just leave it alone. I've been playing with it for about, I don't know, 45 minutes or so. No action. Got some high clouds rolling in. Like I said, we're at a pretty good elevation. I think around 1,500 feet. And I can see the fog moving in. I didn't put my rain fly on my tent because it wasn't supposed to rain. But I forgot I was in Washington, so I might have to scoot over there and do that before it gets too dark. I don't think I've woken up with a wet bed since I was a pre-teenager, right? Those creepy dreams you had about your 8th grade teacher. Shout out Miss Anderson. She was beautiful, beautiful lady. If you're new to the channel, we live fish every day. Ooh, 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 action, action. Getting a bite, getting a bite, getting a bite. Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh, something's toying with it. Doesn't look very big. Might be like a little sunfish. I don't know. Setting the hook on nothing. Yeah. Uh, JR. No, man, I haven't brought out the fly rod yet because there's not enough room to use it. I mean, where I'm standing now, sure. My campsite's right over there-ish. And I think I'm going to save the fly for the morning. Hopefully there's a little more signs of life, but that was the first actual bite I've had in the last hour. What up, Giovanni? Man, we're live from middle of nowhere. And if the video quality sucks, I'm sorry. I can only do what I can do when I'm on a half a bar of LTE light, you know? Hope everybody had a pretty good Wednesday. You know, really, I am shocked. I try to get better all the time, and I find if I hold the camera still, it gets horrible pictures of my face, but like the quality usually stays pretty good. I didn't bring my mic, so what are you gonna do? Hopefully, you guys can hear me all right. Yeah, I see. I don't, like just off camera there. I don't know if it's right now I just got a night crawler. Kind of standard issue, you know. I got power bait, I got eggs, I could go off the bottom. But right now I'm just running a night crawler because it's worked since the 80s and probably before that, you know. Been used to bass fishing, so I always want to throw out next to the structure. You know, we got down log over here, stumps everywhere. And there was actually two lakes. I don't know. I wouldn't call it a lake. Can't be much more than 4 or 5 acres. But they both got stocked with trout. And I thought I was heading to Snag, but it turns out I'm at Western, which doesn't mean anything to. I haven't fished either one of them. So tomorrow, if I get some time, I will definitely head over. Oh boy. We got free bait for the fishes. Threw my worm off on that one. The problem being is my leader is longer than the pole, which makes it difficult to cast. But I got a bunch of worms. Sorry, I had a young couple out for a stroll. Just when you think you're alone. Glad I put my pants back on. Got another worm. I'll bait it up. Want to shorten my bobber, but I don't think I will. I think I was getting bites just just over yonder. Yonder? Do people still say that word? Does that word have any reference? If you guys were my buddies, you'd have a hook in your arm right now. Perfect. Let's get it. I have never heard of a worm blower. I will have to look into that and add it to my list of things I need. had the bait caster earlier. I was throwing an inline spinner, working my way around the pond, and I was about, oh, I don't know, not that many, maybe 20 casts in. I was trying to figure it out, and if I'm new, checking out a new pond, I really like those rooster tails or inline spinners. Hooked a tree and backlashed the ever loving crap out of that rod, and I'm still pretty angry about it. Yeah, out of control. I'm always looking for new ways. You know, it's hard to know everything, but I will definitely look into that. Worm pump, huh? I'll leave it alone. Don't do any good to play with it. Got the sidekick with me. Bet you didn't know I had a chihuahua in my purse, did you? Of course I did. Plan is to be up here a couple days. I'll probably try to fish this one today and tomorrow, and then I might move over to the other lake. There's another primitive campground, so I don't know what primitive campground means other than I don't think there's a shower. And after about 2 days, I'm gonna want a shower though. Which not on this particular. Yeah, man, we can do that. uh, I just got a catch and cook salmon video out. Went salmon fishing off the coast. If you haven't seen that and you're new to the channel, I just put that out this morning at like 5 a.m. You should definitely go check it out. Catch, cook, clean, all of it. Sometimes if I'm in the backyard pond, we'll do a catch and release. But for the most part, it's predominantly catch and cook. If I pull out a nice trout, I will walk over to the truck, we'll flay it out, and we'll throw it on the campfire right now. So, hoping for a fish. Clouds are rolling in. I don't know if you guys can see that on camera, but breeze is starting to pick up a little bit. Thanks, man. I appreciate you. Where are you from, and what do you fish for? If you say Texas and bass, I'm still gonna think it's cool, but not as cool if you said like nice Utah. All right. So how I'm gonna remember that is I'm gonna make a joke about you being Mormon. Hopefully you're not actually Mormon, and I just terribly unoffended you, and you're gonna unsubscribe. But that is how I will remember you. The trout fisherman from Utah. We'll leave out that first thing I said. I'm just impulsive. I apologize. Utah's nice. I haven't been there in years. Something's moving the bobber. Just barely. Just barely moving that bobber. Something. I don't know. Signs of life on the pond. Where was I in Utah? I was in George, Utah. Probably 2012 or so. I used to travel up and down the whole West Coast, fixing shopping cart wheels, like at Walmarts and Safeways and wherever the calling took me. I'd go through and I'd straighten out the wheels and re-grease them, and I'd steam clean all the carts and stuff. That was a pretty good job. Uh, and you get to experience cool places. I am new to this fly game. My buddy gave it to me. Sat in my bunkhouse for ever, and then somebody gave me a reel, a pretty good one, like a Fluger. I can't remember the name of it. And I went to all these fly tying classes for veterans. So I had all the gear. I just never used it. So I practiced a little bit last night in the backyard pond, and kind of want to wait. I think I'm gonna do it in the morning. Right now, I'm just kind of feeling out the pond, seeing if we can get some kind of action with the familiar. Problem is, it's heavily brushy.
Hello, Moto.
Yeah, I use a Motorola. Don't judge me, bro. They're like $300 cheaper, and they have better cameras. But how embarrassing, right? Yeah. Hey, man, I never claimed to be a professional. I'm pretty new to the YouTube game. I'm more of a guy who fishes and camps than a guy who does YouTube. But I've been going live every day, all summer long, and built up a pretty good group of guys. JR Two Wheels, if he's still up in here. Probably just need to leave it alone. However, I'm impatient. This is the most nostalgic rod I got. That would be a Zebco Eclipse. It was my first ever rod. I had to replace the reel on it because, well, life, right? And I refer to it as my lucky pole. Just trying to figure out the pond. It's a new pond to me. Elevation's pretty high. I think we're around 1,500 feet. How long have I been fishing? Like as a kid, man, it was my jam. I'd hop fences. If there was water, I'd fish it. And and then you kind of grow up and you lose some of your hobbies. And so from the time I was probably the time I discovered girls, so right around 14, 15, I kind of quit fishing, and then rediscovered it when I got married when I was about 30, 31 or so. Started getting back into it. My wife's father is a huge fisherman. Like he's been doing it his whole life, and he kind of put me on to it. And it's something we do together. I know a lot of people don't get along with their in-laws, but the guy's my best friend. He showed me salmon fishing, showed me all kinds of different stuff. I live on the Washington State coast, so I get to go saltwater fishing regularly, surf perch, that kind of thing. And I'm lucky enough to live on a little 5 acre pond. So lots of yellow perch, lots of bass. just trying to get into the trout game, and I want to catch them all though. Like any kind of fish, you name it, I'm about it. But I'd say seriously, like going hard at it for probably about 10 years now. 10 years, goddamn, that's a long time. Utah, so you're an hour ahead of me then? It's like 8:30 there, perhaps? Not in the habit of getting skunked on alive, but it's, what can I say? It's a new pond. Water's so clear, having a difficult time gauging how deep it is. Yeah, it looks, it looks like they're turning over, but I don't know. It might be like water striders. We get water striders that kind of mimic the turnover. And I mean, there's some just off camera. Well, they're not off camera. You guys can see them. I think they're bugs, man. I don't think they're fish. At least that's what I'm gonna tell myself to feel better. I'm not trying to make excuses, but I can't overly get out that far with this particular setup. Leave it right where it is. It's pretty close in, but I think I don't know. Choices in life. Yeah, man. I hope to see you around. Take care, bro. Have enjoy your evening. Now we're gonna do the desperate call of all fishermen who have been at it for approximately 33 minutes with no signs of life. Here, fishy, fishy, fishy. You know, and some guys will be like, oh, it's not about catching fish, it's about just being in nature. No, man. If I wanted to be in nature, I'd sit on the patio. Wow, fog's really moving through across the lake. I'd say flip you around. Yeah, I will flip you around. Hold on. Yeah, fog's kind of moving in. Like I said, we're at a pretty good elevation. And, well, I don't know, we're 2, 3 hours before sunset, but, yeah, JR, you know, man, I threw a soft plastic around before the stream for like 45 minutes. I've been at this all day since like 3 o'clock. And I've tried inlines, I've tried worms, I've tried soft plastic. The only thing I haven't really tried yet is like a power bait off the bottom, and I think that might be the move. I just I don't know, man. I've been at it for hours now, and I'm kind of running out of steam. And I backlashed the ever-loving crap out of my bait caster, which is kind of my go-to for, this kind of thing. I still got the fly rod. I'm not gonna break it out tonight. Not gonna break it out tonight. I mean, there's another spot like just over there. I might walk my happy butt over there, and I know as soon as I start moving though, that camera is just the quality's gonna go way down. But I'm only gonna stand in a spot for 45 minutes and not catching before I'm gonna move and try something different. So let's grab you guys, and we're gonna go like this. Bloop, bloop. Whoa. Sorry about that. We're gonna travel just up the road a little bit. Hopefully, I know the picture is gonna suck. Hopefully my campfire's not going out. Don't really care if it does, honestly. There's another spot. Not too far away. That's the other side of the campground. Like I said, I was the only one here, but this young couple said something about making OnlyFans in the forest, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. This might be another good spot for my fly rod. Opens up to a little deeper spot on the lake. I'll sit you guys down. Sorry about that. I had to move to a different spot. But I'm pretty optimistic. I think we're a little deeper, or a little further out. I think I'll be able to hit deeper water is what I'm trying to say. Sorry, it's there. Maybe. Maybe. A little different spot in the spot pond. We're just kind of working our way. There's a trail that goes all the way around it. And hopefully that, I don't know, sometimes, 15, 20 feet makes all the difference. So I'm hoping I can get out far enough. And it's one of those, the grass is always greener, right? But we weren't getting any love where we were at, so we'll switch it up. See some fish turning out. Not a lot, but some. Move you guys around so you can. Sorry, trying to find a halfway level spot for my tripod. My bobber is right there. Got a worm out there. Let's see what we can do. Kind of airy feeling, we're hour or so before sunset, but the sun dropped behind, I'm up in the hills, and the sun dropped behind that other hill. And we got this low layer of, like, clouds moving in, and, my ears are popping like crazy. I'm used to being at the coast, And I guess I'm still at the coast-ish. This is a mountain range, a coastal mountain range in Washington State. I heard a fish jump. That is a sign of life for sure. I don't see where he I don't see where he was jumping, but like I said, I've been here since all, well, I've been here all day. There's no check-in time. It's just like a, I don't know what to call it, a state forest, and it's free to camp here. So that was a big plus. But I've been fishing it since about 3 p.m. And when I first got here, it was just dead. No signs of life, nothing turning over. But now I'm starting to see a little action. I'm gonna be up early with the fly rod. Hopefully, hopefully we can do that. That's the point of this trip. That's kind of why I'm here. No idea how deep I am, or I see fish turning over. I should be getting bites. I'm just got some skunk on me, man. That's all it is. I'll figure it out. Something bit it, or I snagged the bottom, one of the two. Bait still looks good. I'm gonna throw this way. I think I need to chill out a little bit. As boring as Bobber Fisher is, I'm like a 7-year-old. I just want to reel in, throw out, reel in, and throw out. I think if I just leave it alone, I might get hooked up. I see fish. Hey, shout out to you if you're just getting here. We're live from the middle of nowhere. High Mountain Pond in the Washington State Forest. Rumors is that they got cutthroat and rainbows planted out there. We got a worm, we got a bobber, we're giving it a shot. Threw around an inline until it got tangled in a tree and backlashed the ever living Jesus out of my setup. Ooh, we're getting a bite. We're getting a bite. Come on. He's just toying with me. That's out freaking standing. I haven't had him. That was a solid nibble. Went to set the hook, but there was nothing there. See if I got any bait left. Still got my bait. I'm gonna throw out. See if I can't catch me a nice ass trout. I'll fillet it and cook it over my campfire live. All new pond, never fished it before. If you're new to the channel, we're live fishing every day, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Right now, I'm in the middle of a camping trip. Just got here this morning and got a fly rod and I want to try the fly. I think I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm not very familiar with it. I know there's planted trout near Cutthroat and Rainbow. I think they even put a couple brown trout in here. I don't know. But I'm hoping to find one or two. Quiet. I'm not used to it. It's at home I always got my phone going on my TV or whatever the case may be. It's a different vibe being out here. And I like it. Nobody else is at the camp. Well, there was nobody, but we had one couple move in, and they're like in their 20s, and I'm like, I didn't know Gen Z goes camping. But yeah, here they are, and they even brought fishing poles, so I hope to see them out here. I'm not tripping about that. You think a small dog wouldn't hurt your shoulder, but after 2 or 3 hours, she gets pretty heavy. That's my off-grid heating system. She'll crawl up under that sleeping bag and it's like a little foot warmer. It's never on my feet though. It's more like in the back of my legs. But she is my camping buddy. As long as she doesn't have to walk, right? As long as I carry her around in the purse, she does pretty good. Well, it's been like 5 minutes, and I've had zero signs of life. So it means we're going to one, check my bait, and two, try a little different spot. I wish I wouldn't have backlashed the other rod because I could have launched that thing halfway across the pond with the 3-foot Zebco with no weight. It's a little harder. Got a worm. Let's try moving her bobber, see if that makes a difference. Maybe they're up a little higher. Uh, who knows? It's not. I don't know how deep the pond is. Pretty, pretty clear water though. If I had to guess, I'd say the water temps. Oh, mid to upper 60s. We haven't had any real heat, and it's fed by two streams, there and over there, and the streams were called mountain streams, so that kind of helps keep water temps down. I'm just kind of throwing out where I think there's fish. Just kidding, I'm throwing out about 20 yards of where I think there's fish. But, I think I'm out far enough. Hopefully I can hook up. Something just turned over, shit, right 10 yards right in front of me. I think I need to be patient, just kind of slow work the pond and see what I can do. If they're planted trout, a lot of times worms aren't your go-to. They're used to eating pellets or power bait because they were raised in a hatchery. They don't know nothing about worms or even flies. but we'll try. Try. That's all we can do. Yeah, fishy. Hey, shout out to the 4 people. Just checking out this new mountain pond. They have planted trout, and I'd like one or two. Campsite set up just across the lake, over probably behind my fat head. Uh, Camp video coming out sometime this week. If you're new to the channel, we live fish every day, 7 o'clock. Trying to broaden my horizons and do somewhere new. But that doesn't happen as often as I would like to. A lot of times we're just in the backyard pond, catching largemouth or yellow perch or bluegill. But today, kind of switching it up. Wasn't sure about if I'd get cell signal out here or not, but here we are. If that sounds like your kind of thing, think about hitting that like button, maybe even subscribing. When was the last time you subscribed to a new YouTuber, bro? Support your local small channel. I'm just kidding, no plug here. If you want to, love to have you. If you want to jump up and chat, let me know where you're from and what you fish for. I'll give you a shout out. If you want me to shut the hell up and catch a damn fish already, bro, I want that too. You can see the fog or mist or clouds with the elevation. It's just swooping in. And it makes me a little nervous because I didn't put my rain fly on my tent. So if it gets too much more misty, I'm gonna have to end the live and go take care of business. But I was hoping to get a fish. We'll give it another little bit. Try a different spot. I got a bite over yonder. Right off. No wind. Lake is absolutely like glass. I haven't seen any signs of fish in the last, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes or so. Hey, shout out to the 7 people. Thanks for taking the time to check us out. Live fishing in Mountain Pond. Haven't ever been here before. Planted with rainbow and cutthroats. I'm in the middle of a camping trip. I'll be up here for a couple days, and my goal is to catch one on a fly rod. That's what I'm hoping to accomplish this trip. But right now, we're just kind of throwing a bobber and a worm combo. Still kind of scoping out the pond for tomorrow morning. You can feel the awkward silence by leaving a comment of where you're from and what you fish for. And I'll definitely give you a shout out. Well, I hate getting skunked live, but I've been at it for an hour. Clouds are rolling in. I got to go tend to my fire and probably put that rain fly on. All new video. Well, there's a new video out now. Catch, cook, and clean. Offshore salmon fishing. That one came out pretty good. If you guys got time, go check it out. The clean and the cook part's a little boring, so if you want to just watch the catch, I think it's like the first 8 minutes. But check it out. It's a pretty good video. I am going to go tend to my fire, head back to camp, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Till then, go outside. It's good for your soul. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.